I was at a business networking event recently and I met someone who claimed to be an expert in marketing, but they were lying. How did I know they were lying? Well, keep watching and you'll find out. Hi, my name's Darren Bugg. Welcome along to my Business Success Secrets, where I share with you some of my 35 years experience in business, 20 years of which was running my own businesses, and the last 4 years also spent lecturing in business studies. Now, I was at a business networking event last week and I met up with somebody who, when they found out I worked in marketing, they said they were also an expert in marketing, and they handed me their business card, and the job title was, you guessed it, Director of Sales and Marketing. Now, I get this all the time, people who say they work in marketing, but then when you dig a little bit below the surface, you realise they actually know nothing at all about marketing. Basically, these people are just glorified salespeople who've done very well. They've worked their way up from salesman to sales manager, and eventually they get good sales figures and they get promoted to head of marketing or director of marketing or some other fancy job title. And of course, they always ask to just tag on the word marketing to sales because it sounds a bit more respectable. I suppose it just makes their Tinder profile look a bit better. So instead of being head of sales or director of sales, they call themselves director of sales and marketing. And then they get all grandiose and they think that somehow they are more important than a mere marketing manager or somebody who knows more about marketing but is a bit lower down the scale. And I mean, this has happened to me several times in my career. I once worked for a vehicle manufacturing company where the head of sales and marketing, or the director of sales and marketing, actually knew absolutely nothing about marketing. It was just basically a successful salesperson. And of course, I was going in lower down the scale at that point, and I was being told how to do marketing by somebody who, to be perfectly frank, knew nothing about marketing. So how do you know when somebody really is a marketing expert, or when they're just a successful salesperson and they like to use the word marketing because it makes them sound a bit more respectable? It's just one of those things that looks a bit better on their LinkedIn profile. It just sounds a bit better at a dinner party, doesn't it? If you say you work in marketing, you're a marketing director. It's got that kind of academic feel to it. Whereas if you're just a salesman, or even if you say you're a director of sales, it just sounds a little bit seedy. And that's really why a lot of people use the word marketing, because it just sounds a lot more respectable. How do you know they're lying? How do you know? Well, there's one really easy trick that you can use to find out whether somebody is telling the truth or not. And you're going to love this. It's so simple. It's so easy. You don't need to have any knowledge of marketing yourself. All you have to do is just mention one name and see how they react. So keep watching and I'll tell you what that is. That name is Michael Porter. All you have to do if you meet somebody at a business networking event or at a party, or if you're unlucky enough to go on a Tinder date with somebody who calls themselves Director of Sales and Marketing, if you're in that unfortunate position, just say to them, what do they think of the works of Michael Porter? And one of two things will happen. They'll either give you a very blank look, or they will start discussing his three main theories. And you don't need to know about these theories at the moment. I will be making more YouTube videos in the future explaining them, but it'll either be his lesser known theory, which is value chain or generic strategies, or it could be Porter's 5 forces, which is what he's most famous for. And those are the 3 theories that he came up with about strategic marketing. Put quite simply, unless you've actually had a proper training in marketing, then you probably haven't heard of Michael Porter. He's actually a very eminent professor at Harvard University, at Harvard Business School. But he's one of these people where if you know your marketing, if you are a genuine marketeer, a genuine marketing expert, then you will have heard of him. And the more you know about marketing, the more you will know about these three theories. So that's all you have to do. Just throw in the words, what do you think, to Michael Porter, and see how they react. If you get a blank look, then they're just a salesperson who's done well in sales and has tagged the word marketing onto their job title. If they can explain Porter's 5 forces, then they probably know a bit about him, and therefore they probably know a bit about marketing. And if they can talk about the value chain, and especially if they can explain to you Porter's generic strategies and their relevance to business strategy as a whole, if they can explain that, then they are a genuine marketing person. It's that simple. Remember the words, Michael Porter, Professor Michael Porter, Harvard University Business School, and just throw that into the conversation, see how they react, and you'll know whether they're lying or not. You'll know whether they are a genuine marketing person or whether they're just a glorified salesman who's done pretty well in sales and now likes to have a fancy job title. Well, I hope you found that useful. My name's Darren Bugg. I'm going to be uploading every single week, sometimes twice a week, with business tips, business secrets, things that I've learnt behind the scenes in business over the last 35 years. And I'm going to be giving away a lot of secrets that you're just not going to get from a business coach or from a book. So please subscribe, please like, please share. It's a massive help for me if you can do that. It doesn't cost anything. I've got nothing to sell. I'm not trying to sell my business or anything like that. I just want to help you. So if you could subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Until next time, good luck with all your endeavours, and I'll see you again soon.